All right, really quickly, I should be hitting some gargoyles, so I need to figure out what I need. Maybe we'll buy the auto smash reward at some point. I don't know if that's a good thing to spend points on until we unlock all the block lists. I feel like the block list is like first prio. Because you don't want to be doing tasks that you don't want to do. And then we start unlocking the perks. Quiver, more fun than Inferno? Looking forward to it, brother. So I think we are gonna maybe try to get a SGS before Quiver, or before Quiver. At least maybe attempt it. I don't know. It depends on how hard it is to farm that boss. What do you guys think about that? The boss name is Ziliana. Okay. Sarah is easier than Bandos? Okay, sick. It's literally going in a square around the boss with a bofa. Okay, that sounds more my angle than having to do the door alter method. Door alter method was kind of rough. Well, what if we just do like a few kills a day or something? See if we spoon it. I mean, wait, realistically, guys, how many kills is the average SGS? How satisfying is Slayer with the Infernal? I think everything's more satisfying with an Infernal Cape. Knowing that I don't have to do that grind again. That is a massive grind, bro. It's very intimidating, too, as a new player. You'll shred Zuck the second time with Slayer Helm? Yeah. I mean, I think you kind of want, like, T-Bow and Scythe and all that, and, like, Dragon Claws. I saw Gnome was using Dragon Claws a lot in his speedruns. It's a ton of damage. See, that's the part of the game that I'm not looking forward to, is, like, all the supply stacking. If it's that many, bro, that's kind of crazy how many supplies you need. But at least at some point, you can have so many supplies that, like, maybe you don't need to do supplies for, like, the next month. I have 9,000 brews. I haven't even been to Next yet. Yeah, I guess it's the bird nest. I haven't been doing birdhouses, so maybe I have to start doing that again. I've had 600 Sarah brews in the bank forever, and they haven't even dipped yet, so I just haven't really been prioing it. I think a lot of people realize what an Ironman is once you get to about the CG point. And even then, you still don't. You still really don't, guys. You still really don't understand what Ironman is in RuneScape. It is so many thousands of hours of doing a lot of the same thing over and over. And it's not... WoW players are, you know, they're used to, like, seasonal. WoW players are seasonal brained, where they're used to playing a game for, like, you know, 2 or 3 months of content. And that's, like, a lot for a WoW player. But when you give somebody 3 years of content and they look at it like, oh shit, like 3 years of efficient gameplay if I want to, you know, make a dent into this game of what the content has to offer, it's a bit much. And this is why me and Czar proposed the idea of something in between Ironman and main, where you still have the glory of looting all the items yourself, but you can expedite the process of getting to the CAs and the KC portion of the game a little bit quicker, instead of doing all the skilling. And hopefully one day, you know, they'll make it Bronze Man official to make the game a bit appealing to more people, I think, because a lot of people want the validation of being an Iron Man, but they're not down with, like, thousands and thousands of hours of skilling and stacking bank with supplies. I know Moist Critical feels the same way as well. I was watching, like, a video from him, and he was like, yeah, my friend just maxed his Iron Man, and he's like, I don't know how the hell he did that. Because, like, he's like, man, if I want to get a steel bar on an Iron Man, I actually have to go mine it. Which is, like, crazy. He's like, I don't want to go mine. And so Moist Critical is definitely a main Andy. I don't think he'll ever play an Iron. Yeah, I mean, he was using the steel bar as a example of every item in the game. There are some items on iron you can buy. You don't have to be a well actually guide to that one, guys. It wasn't a great example. I get it though. The idea is to make everything feel rewarding, progressive versus just camping the best moneymakers, etc. Yeah, I get that. The secret is to enjoy skilling. Yeah, I don't think you can make people enjoy skilling. But the combat is so good in RuneScape. I just love the combat in RuneScape. And I especially enjoy the more challenging stuff. But if there is somebody like me, and you're designing a game, I want the Ironman verification, but necessarily all the stuff that you have to do to get like a Zuckhelm is tough for me to justify if it's worth it or not. I've decided that it's worth it, but there's gonna be a lot of people who decide that it's not. So you're gonna be losing those players, and it makes me kind of sad that we're losing those players. I want more people to play OSRS. And I think that if Bronze Man was an official mode, they would have more players playing OSRS. Yeah. That's all. Yo, I just watched a YouTube video for your Inferno Cape. Very impressive, bro. Congrats. Yo, thank you, Walter. There's so much to do. Not everyone needs a Zuckhelm. Oh, yeah. We're not... That's like... Not even what we're saying. The main takeaway is like Zarya wanted Bronze Man. Zarya would still be playing, I think, if there was Bronze Man. Like, that's the takeaway. So I wish Zarya was playing. One of the hardest earned capes I ever saw, not gonna lie. Dude, Megan, it was rough. Said you reach out to Jagex. Yeah, I messaged some of the mods. They think it's like a good idea, but, you know, they're not really interested in adding any more official modes to the game at this point. Don't wait for it to be a mode. No, I'm not making another character, guys. At this point, I'm committed to the iron. There's no way. Like, I'm either sticking out the iron or I'm not playing. And right now, I want to play the game. So, we are playing Ironman. There is no other option. The player base is already split a lot. Not really. I don't think so. Congratulations on the Inferno Cape, bro. Are you the first WoW transplant to get it? I think so, Naked. I think so. The Music Cape is 3 times more rare than Infernal Cape. Really? Does anybody have Music Cape? Is it actually insane to get a Music Cape? Music Cape is not hard to get? Okay. It looks like I got about 1/3 of that task done. So I'll need about 10 more prayer pots to get this task done. And then I'm gonna restore my prayer and then we're going right back. Sounds like some people are saying we might not need it. So here was my take. This was my take on the Inferno. I had a lot of people telling me all the things I was gonna need for an Inferno. People told me I needed Light Bearer. People were telling me I was gonna need Anguish. I was gonna need Dragon Darts. And for the most part, I think I was capable of doing it without any of those things. As long as I just had enough attempts. Really, it was more about the clicks than it was about what gear you were wearing. And that's kind of that ended up being true. Having more reps was actually the best thing than spending time on gear, which could have taken the same amount of time as me just putting more attempts into the boss. Yeah. So I think maybe the strat might be we push it until we hit a wall and then we're like, okay, SGS would put me over that wall. It's not that you need the things. It's going to make it easier, and 90% of the items are things you'll want down the line. So you might as well get them first. Yeah, I like that take as well. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. That's one way. And then the other way is like, just get in there and get it. But at the same time, there's a balance between that take and then the other take, which is like, where you're going to need a max cape anyway. And it's like, dude, max cape would give you all of the gear and everything that you need to make the game, you know, more easier. And by the time you get max cape, your bank will be stacked. You won't have to worry about farming mats. And you know what I mean? It's like, and then you get the convenience. It's like, just do all the diaries and then get the max cape and then then you can play the game, then you can try to do stuff. And so at a certain point, you have to be like, nah, screw that. I feel like doing this because I just want to do it. And so there's two extremes, I guess, of ways of looking at it. But yes, getting a max cape is the ideal way to play the game. Like if you were going to min-max RuneScape on a RuneScape Ironman playthrough, I think you would get a max cape first and do all of the diaries, and then you would start doing KCs. That's probably like how a computer would ideally play the game. Max cape before Inferno is mega cringe. Well, it makes sense, right? You're just stacking your bank infinitely with resources and everything that you need to have a bulked up account. 94 strength. Are gargoyles good tasks for iron? They give you gold and basic supplies that you need. I think they're very good tasks for iron. So far, iron and Kurask. Irons, like, gargoyles and Kurask task have been very good for iron, from what I've seen. I think at one point Shobek was so broke that he just came down here and started killing gargoyles. Like he did this for money. Pre-CG. You expect better or worse stats from Infernal Cape? Dude, I didn't look up anything about the stats on it. For me, the cape was more of like just a accomplishment of doing something kind of hard in the game. And like I said, WoW doesn't have that WoW doesn't have those type of accomplishments really. At least not a lot of them. They have like, and it goes away. Like, you know, you could get Gladiator, or at least not in Classic. They don't really have them in Classic, which is the game mode that I prefer. They have some in retail, but in Classic they don't have them. So I'm really hoping that they add this style of thing to the game in Classic. Honestly think Slayer XP should be almost doubled, not gonna lie. Dude, I think a lot of XP in this game should be doubled, but at this point, I mean, it would be kind of cheating all the other people that did the long grind, so. I'm a little bit more of a casual, I have a bit more of a casual take. On gaming. I think that RuneScape is the ultimate grind game, so it's so far of an extreme off of other MMOs as far as like amount of time it takes to do something in the game, that it's a bit shocking to like my MMO nervous system when you first discover how intense the grinds are. But that's what makes the game, you know, what it is. And I like that. I like that it doesn't really cater to the casuals. And it kind of, it creates that community, you know, for the grinders. It's a community for grinders. That's what Leagues is for. There you go. Maybe that's why so many people like Leagues, because it's more casual. A bond forged through grinding trauma. Inferno and Questscape is nuts. I mean, to be honest, like I think that the more insane account is Joker's account. I mean, I definitely spent my last month working on this Inferno cape, but dude, the XP per hour rates that Joker is able to maintain, that shit's crazy to me, guys. I could never play the game that way. He's just so like good at managing his time and all that. It's crazy. But that's the thing is like, dude, I actually do not care at all. Like, I don't care at all about a max cape or skilling or any of that. And so there's so much, I'm so much of a, like the Inferno cape is the main thing I cared about in the game. Like that's all I really cared about from the first day was like, I want to get a Bofa and I want to get Inferno cape and I want to get Quiver and I want to go for Zuckhelm. Like those are the three things. Those are the only three things I want to do in the game. I don't really want to do much else. Those are the three things I want. And so it's tough for me to like, it's hard for me to enjoy all the other stuff. I am learning to enjoy it, but I don't truthfully enjoy it as much as like just pushing for the Infernal cape. That's like my pinnacle of enjoying a game. I love that part of RuneScape. How would Inferno compare to hardest thing in WoW? I mean, it wouldn't really. A lot of people ask that, but I would say mythic rating is tough. But you're just reliant on so many other people to do their job that, I mean, you could be doing the right thing 100 pulls in a row, and it's not really that tough. You're kind of just waiting on everyone else in the raid to do their job. It doesn't really compare. Whereas like the Inferno is solo content. WoW doesn't have any solo content. But that's what I love about RuneScape. I love that it has solo content. I love if I want to go do a raid, I can go send a 300 TOA. You know? I can go send it by myself. I don't need anybody to do that. That's like the coolest thing. If you do want to play with friends, then you can, but it's optional. If you want to do Cox or TOB, you could do those solo too. They're just way harder. I think that the problem with WoW is like WoW is forced grouping. Like you cannot do the content in WoW without a group. It's like trying to play a League of Legends match solo. You need the other 4 guys. And these type of games where it's like 5-man, 10 or 20-man and you need other people to clear the content tend to breed some very toxic atmospheres. Because if you need somebody to do their job so that you can get something, it's easy to get angry at them, right? Whereas, yo, Melody dropping 50 on the stream, holy cow! What in the let's go? That's a huge drop right there, Melody. Thank you for the 50 gifted subs and the prime on top. Congrats on Infernal Cape. Sad I missed it, Melanie. I wish you could have been here for that. But we got it. We got it. W's in the chat for Melody, man. Holy cow. We had a lot of subs recently, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Brain, of course. Thank you for the prime as well. I just think I missed yours. W's. So, what I was saying, I think, guys, is that, you know, there's a reason that League of Legends and World of Warcraft, like retail WoW, in my opinion, have kind of become a bit more toxic, is because the game has gotten more difficult. And as the game gets more difficult and you need other people in order to accomplish a task that you're trying to accomplish, you're like, you get to the point where like you are walled. The goal that you are trying to achieve is being walled by other people, and it's not a great feeling. And then what that does is it makes you lose friends, makes you lose people to play with because they're not good enough, and then you have to find new friends or find new people that want to push and accomplish the goal that you want. And it gets a bit toxic because you're like, now you're becoming like a professional gaming team, if you will. You're becoming like a professional Mythic Plus push team. And now you have to have practice. You have to play with the same people, and you have to schedule practice, and you have to schedule time to play with these guys. If you want to get really good, you need to play with the same people because you can't be teaching the same pulls and things like that to different people, because then you have to start over. And it gets to a point where it's a diminishing return point where it's no longer fun. It's a full-time job to play like a professional, almost esports organization in order to accomplish the goal that you want to accomplish in the game. And this is retail WoW, like high-level Mythic Plus or rank 1 gladiators. You have to play with the same team, you know, every day. And you can't really sub people in and out very much because then you lose the chemistry. And so I feel like when the entire game is built around playing with others, it actually doesn't make for the best experience, and it can breed a more toxic environment. And I kind of see WoW has shifted towards that, where it's no longer fun to go for the high-end achievements, and it's a bit toxic. So for me, I love RuneScape because it's solo, because I don't have to rely on other people, because the hard parts in the game are mostly solo. You can get carried through some of the group stuff, the combat achievements, or you can group up with other people that, you know, are looking to do those. But for the most part, you have to do it on your own. And the only person holding you back is you. And that's a beautiful thing in game design. And I love that it's an MMO because you have something to show for what you've done. The Infernal Cape is a perfect example of a beautifully designed MMO. And I think that that's why I enjoyed it so much. But anyways, that's my little rant about like the state of game design and retail WoW, and why I think that Infernal Cape should be brought into classic WoW with an achievement system and some sort of more solo gameplay or very small group gameplay where like 1, 2, maybe 3 people can accomplish something great, and you get something to show for it, whether it's cosmetic or has a small power upgrade. But I think that, yeah, like those things definitely belong in a classic style MMO. Dude, well, congrats on your cape as well, and thank you for the 1,000 bits. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Not the Inferno. I think the Inferno was just right, but me going in unprepared and not knowing what mats I needed, that took a big toll on me. Having to farm. I mean, dude, 3 to 5 hours of farming every day after the stream, guys. 3 to 5 hours. That was tough. That was the brutal part. Your fire cape look a little different today? It is. It's slightly upgraded. Will you do another Inferno run if you get a Zuck task? Yeah, it would be fine. I actually think we could go in and... I feel pretty confident that if I went to the Inferno again, I would be able to clear it, like, most of the times that I would go through it now. It was really the simulator, guys. The simulator was different, and I've learned a lot of things already from watching people, you know, watch the clip. And I've learned some different techniques of what I could do to improve. And these are all things that I could have learned if I had decided to accept coaching. But, you know, we did it without it, and we figured it out. So... Now that I could go back in and I can, you know, look up guides and look up ways to do stuff, I feel like I would see things and learn things that would help me even improve what I'm already doing. Once you get a KC, you pretty much have it figured out. Yeah, I think that once you get 1 KC, it's easier to get the second one. Call Awave's harder than Inferno? Dude, bring it on, man. I will tell you guys the sweet spot and how you win in a video game. It's not about accomplishing the hardest thing. It's not about doing the greatest thing or something that no one's ever done before. Those things are amazing. But the sweet spot in any video game and how you can be fulfilled is you find something that's in this 95 to 100% range of what you're actually capable of. And you push yourself until you accomplish that thing. And if you find things in video games that are at the top end of what you're capable of and you accomplish that, then you will feel one of the greatest feelings in video games. And so don't worry about like what everybody else is doing. If you accomplish Fire Cape and that is within 95% to 100% of what you're capable of, bro, that's like insane. You know, that should give you this insane feeling of joy. And don't worry about, you know, you not being able to do an Inferno Cape. If Inferno Cape is beyond what you're capable of, then that's fine. You don't have to feel down about that. You just got to find stuff that's within that range of you pushing yourself to the limit. Just as long as you're pushing yourself to the limit and you accomplish something, you should be proud of that. I got Fire Cape on mobile recently. I'm stoked. Let's go, Silverwood. Mobile Fire Cape is insane. Have you watched the Inferno world record? No, I have not. We might have to check that out. 11 more Gargs. You know what's crazy, guys? I accidentally... So I was doing gem mining last night, like I told you guys I was gonna do. I was doing gem mining to get a bunch of bracelets, like slaughter bracelets and expeditious bracelets. I made a bunch of them because I knew we were gonna be doing Slayer for a bit. And so I made a bunch of them. And on my way to deposit the gems in the bank, I was like so, I don't know, like in rhythm of going to grab another Slayer task that I went and grabbed another Slayer task from Kuradel instead of going to the bank to deposit my gems, because I'm like just used to running there. And I grabbed another task and I got 200 gargoyles. So this is not even a 10th task. This is supposed to be a 10th task, but it's not. So we have to do more Mazna skipping after this. Charged Amulet of Glory mines gems faster. Yo, that's actually a great aboba. I did not know that, Josiah 4. Thank you. Even the 2. Yo, W Aboba, actually. I will make sure to wear the Amulet of Glory next time I'm mining, because I did not wear that last night. Like Gargs? Yeah, I like Gargs. I used to like that show Gargoyles when I was a kid, too. Goliath. It was an animated show. Came on in the mornings. Like, I think before Transformers. Dude, you gotta be old. You gotta be old to know what I'm talking about. Goliath was such a Chad character. It was like Transformers and Gargoyles that came on in the morning. Yeah, we did have the best cartoons, though. How successful would you say your streaming career has been? Definitely more successful after I swapped over to Runescape. That's for sure. W Runescape. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, trying to become a streamer 2 years ago, like, a lot of people can see where you're at now and be like, yeah, you know, like, I want to be a streamer because I want to get to, like, you know, where Sard is at now or something like that, you know? But like the past 2 years, you know, I didn't have very many viewers the first year. It was tough. It was tough to, like, maintain that grind. And really, I think a lot of people want to be a streamer, but you can't just be you can't just stream. Like, it's too competitive nowadays. You have to be a YouTuber and a streamer, I feel like, nowadays, in order to make it. And so if you're not doing both, then I can pretty much be like, yo, show me your YouTube and I'll show you how big of a streamer this guy is. I can look at a YouTuber and pretty much tell on if they're a successful streamer or not based on their YouTube. So a lot of people don't want to learn how to edit and, like, learn how to make content and learn how to be entertaining and learn how to be a just chatting streamer. I think a lot of people see streaming as, oh, he gets to play video games all day. But if you see the amount of, like, pre-planning that I do, communicating with my editors, talking to the mods, and preparing for the stream, and then how much editing that I do, as well as how much content that I try to make for my editors so that they have stuff to post, it's more of a full-fledged business than just playing video games. Like, video games is kind of the background of what we do, but in order to grow as a streamer, you can't just play video games. So when I first learned that, or started learning that streaming is not just playing video games, I was like, oh shoot, you know, is this something that I really want to do? Because if you want to make money doing it, then you have to do a lot of things that you don't like. And that's a lot of things that are not just like degen playing video games, which is kind of the reason that you want to become a streamer, is so you could just degen play video games. But really, it's more like being a good just chatting streamer while playing video games, and then planning events and collabs and reacting to a lot of content. And so you have to find things to react to, and then you want to, it's a lot more. It's all sounds like small things, but when you add all of it together, it becomes a lot. It can be overwhelming for some people. And I think it's why a lot of people end up backing out of being a streamer once they see what it takes to make it to the next level as a streamer. And I am speaking from somebody who just recently started streaming. A lot of streamers are, I would say they're more like grandfathered in, like they already have a viewer base. So if they've been streaming 10 years already, they more than likely have a loyal fan base that will kind of just watch them do anything at this point. And I didn't have that, obviously, 2 years ago when I started with 0 viewers. So it's tough to climb up and get people to want to watch you, get people to think you're entertaining or whatever. And that's the hard part, is the viewers. And that's why there's so many like view count Andes that come in here and they'll like make fun of your view count. And because they know that that's like what the streamer kind of like lives off of, like the whole thing is to try to get more viewers. So like that's why a lot of people will come in there and they'll make fun of view count, because they know that that's what will hurt the streamer's feelings and stuff like that. So like it's very hard to have viewers, especially nowadays, because everybody wants to be a streamer, everybody wants to be a content creator. And I think that view count is a direct reflection of how well you're doing as a streamer. People want to watch people want to watch you if, number one, they've discovered you via some other outlet. Discoverability on Twitch is not great. That's why you have to do collabs. You got to work with other people. People will be like, oh, who's that you're playing with? And like, that's like a networking thing. So it's a lot of, there's a lot of strategy involved with it. Like what time slot you stream at, you know, if you want to be a RuneScape streamer, it might benefit you if you stream in the slot after Bodhi and Fody get off, I just fucked their names up. Fo and Bodhi get offline, so that when their viewers are looking for someone else to watch, maybe you're streaming, right? So yeah, like there's so much strategy that goes into it, I think, as well, that a lot of people don't talk about. And I love talking about this kind of stuff, but I think the Twitch chat probably thinks it's boring. They're like, shut up, streamer, just play the video game. But I love talking about, you know, what can make you successful as a streamer. And that's why I really enjoy hanging out with Triumphant and Savix and these guys, like when we do the gatherings, and like Simply, and we had Thanksgiving, our Friendsgiving. That's why I like hanging out with other streamers. Sometimes we just talk about, like, you know, how's the grind going, like what are you doing, like what's working, and you know, who's doing well, and we talk about other streamers that are doing well, and like, you know, how can we do those things. And it's fun to talk about with other content creators and stuff like that. I enjoy hanging out. Yeah, S-Fan. Dude, I'll tell... Bro, we finished S-Fan's stream the other night. We were hanging out at S-Fan's house. We finished that stream, and then I just sat there and talked to S-Fan for like 3 hours straight. I drove home at like 4 a.m. in the morning. Like, we ended stream at midnight, and then I just sat there and talked to S-Fan for 3 hours straight. I thought I was headed to the car to go home. And then sometimes you just get caught up in those conversations, and I'm just like, dude, I love talking to S-Fan. He's got so much knowledge. S-Fan seems like a good dude, no drama. Yeah, I mean, we talked about all of that, like how he stays out of drama and all that stuff too. And it's really good. It's really good talking to somebody who's been in the game for a long time, and is obviously very successful at what he does. S-Fan needs to come over to OSRS so you guys can do a group Ironman. I don't know if a group Ironman's happening anytime soon, guys. That is such a heavy commitment. And like, I can't even imagine, like, I will not play another account, in my personal opinion, unless it's a seasonal thing, until I have most of the stuff I want to accomplish. I couldn't even imagine starting over and doing it all again at this point in time. Yeah, I'm going to do Deadman. I want the black and red Bofa set. I want the crystal gear. I want that. Not to get parasocial, I think S-Fan likes the game. I think he kind of liked OSRS, but it's the same thing. Dude, S-Fan is doing a million different things. He doesn't have time to commit to being a one-game Andy anymore. And I don't think he wants to be a one-game Andy. He likes being a variety guy and having that freedom to do whatever he wants. Recruit a clan for Deadman. I guess we'll see what happens with Deadman. I'm not in that mode, that thinking mode yet with Deadman or strategizing and all that. I just want to go in and get the Bofa set and maybe the house transmog. I think transmogging your house to look like the wilderness could be pretty cool. Where's your IGN from? It's literally a made up name. So like, I was rebranding. My game name used to be Science when I played, and there was too many people that had that name, and it wasn't really relevant. So I changed it to Sardaco. I just like was making up a name that no one else had. And so when I Googled that name, no one else had it. I was like, all right, I'm going to change my name to that. That's pretty much it. I wanted it for like strategic purposes. When you type my name in, I'm the only thing that came up. What's your workout split? Every other day. Every other day I work out, and I just started playing basketball. I was doing some running. So I usually do like a mile or two run every other day. Or I play basketball to supplement. But I'm so out of shape that I can only play like one basketball game right now, guys. I'm going to start working it up though. We're going to start working it up to a couple more times. Soda best in slot. Have you guys ever seen that guy on YouTube that goes to like Utah, like the Mormon capital of the world, Utah, and these people are all addicted to soda in this town? There's a guy, he goes around and he like interviews people that are addicted to soda. It's crazy. They have a drive-through place where it's just sodas, and people will go through and get different flavor sodas, and people just drive through all day long and get different soda. Can you dude, it's literally a place that just has custom soda. That's all it is. You should try red wine and Coke. Huh? I had red wine and Monster. You guys ever have red wine and white Monster? Rosé and white Monster. Hell yeah. I had that. That shit kind of good. Get rosé and white Monster, guys. Try it out one day. How'd you know the market would crash? Every 4 years, the market crashes. If you just look at the charts. I honestly thought that 105 was going to be the top. I was wrong. I was 125 was the top. So I was like, shit. At least but I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like when you invest, guys, it's all about taking a chunk out of the middle, right? So when the market crashes, great time to buy. And then once it goes up more than whatever you paid for it, you can start taking the money out. And then you just wait for it to crash again. And then you buy in, wait for it to go up, take some money out, wait for it to crash, and then buy back in. I mean, or you just hold. Or you just never take money out. Those are like the two ways that you almost guarantee make money over time. Time equals money, right? And that's why investing is like such a profitable thing, because there's so many guaranteed ways to make money in investing, and it always just works out if you wait long enough and you diversify your portfolio. If you invest everything into one thing, yeah, that one thing could go out of business and you could just be screwed. So like holding long enough, diversified portfolio, you usually make money over time. Sard rug pull win. Bald coin is coming, guys. If you're interested, let me know. We'll get you guys in on an early bald coin could go crazy though. Actually, sure, Zuck is ranged only. It is kind of funny that you use ranged only to get the melee cape. Do you mainly use melee to get the dishonest quiver? And you use mage to get the mage cape? Try the soul hair debt simulator. There's a soul hair debt simulator. I'm gonna tell you guys this time. I am not going to ego the simulator this time. We are doing simulator before we get there. We are not wasting supplies. There will probably be days where I just only do the simulator. I am going into the coliseum so over prepared. I might just one-shot the thing. We're getting 9 coaches. We might borrow accounts, whatever we got to do. I am not wasting a single supply on my Ironman in that place. There's no way. We are going completely opposite route of Inferno. I did that once. I'm not doing that again. Blind Inferno was too much. The simulator was the best thing I ever did. I did simulator for 30 minutes and I killed Zuck the first try right after the simulator. Oh man, I should have done that thing way earlier. I went from 0 quivers to 17 KC and all combat achievements done in 1 week. Simulator helped a lot. Killed Soul 10 in a row before I started sending. Soul's only 12 waves and it's way faster. To be fair, you already had a lot of Zuck experience at that point. Yeah, I did. I had already made it to Zuck like 7 times or 8 times before I did the simulator. Kind of felt like I got earned it at that point or something. Slayer level 76, man. 76 Slayer. How many times did you die? Maybe 75 times in the Inferno. Counting from the first blind run where I died to like the first blob that I ever did. I probably died on it because I had no idea what I was doing. I don't even remember my first run. That's kind of why I'm looking forward to making the Inferno video, because I'm going to go back and look at my first attempts, realize like how far I've come type shit. And it's going to be a good feeling. You're still riding the dopamine? I guess so. Yeah. I mean, having the Infernal Cape is just, everybody's journey to get Infernal Cape is different, but mine was super special because I got to experience it with all of you guys. And the amount of people that tuned in, just watched and were like, offering help or rooting for me or talking shit or anything. I mean, it was all, everybody was part of the experience, you know? So it was like, it really did feel like it was our cape, not just mine. And that's one thing that like made it really special to me. But having it on your back is also super sick, just because you think back about that. You think back about your experience, like a reminder of it, right? There's still things that I'll do off stream too. Seems like right now, finishing my POH is my off stream task, because I have to do Pyramid Plunder. And then I have to upgrade my my altar. It seems like we could probably get purple pool tonight if I had the mats. I need to figure out what mats I need to make this potion. 87 antidote plus Zulrah scales. Oh, I got both of those. That's easy. We can make that right now. You'll need magic roots to make antidote plus. I have like 1,000 of those things from killing Zulrah. Mithril boots. Zulrah drops both of the things you need to make anti-venom. It drops the antidotes. And he drops the, or she rather. We just learned that today. She drops the antidotes and the scales. So, yeah, we're pretty much good to go. We already have everything to build it. All I need is the boost. So I have 135 antidote plus 4 dosers. All we gotta do is put some scales in there. I got 4,000 scales. Should be no problem. Do you have subs and bosses unlocked for Slayer? No. I've been doing Slayer for 1 day. So I've been just trying to set up my block list and stuff. I'm about to hit 77 Slayer though right now. Not bad. Only 10 more levels to go until we can do Trident and Whip. Savage is Korean. What do you think of sailing so far? It's okay. I think it's like any other kind of skill in the game. If you like skilling, it's a great skill. I'm not much of a skiller, so I mainly care about the combat portions of the game. I bet you I'm gonna really like Doom. I think Doom is gonna be a lot of fun, and in Coliseum, I'm gonna enjoy those a lot. I like challenging combat. That's why I think Doom is gonna be sick. Adamant battle axes, black two-handed sword, and mithril boots we can hide. I have mithril and adamant boots now. I'm collecting all the boots for clue scrolls. Yeah, we're definitely gonna try a solo Cox at some point as well. We're gonna have to learn how to do it. I have to have somebody teach us how. I know Lake does a lot of solo Cox. I might just have to watch some of his runs and see how he does it. Lake is good with Cox. I noticed. Inferno Slayer task, 130k XP total for a successful run. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not sure how successful my runs would be though. And then I have to farm more runes. I don't want to do more runes, man. I'm out of runes like heavily. We're kind of down bad on the runes, boys. You use way less runes on a Slayer run? Maybe that's true. Once you get max POH, all GP goes to runes. Yeah, right now I'm in the process of like trying to stockpile my bank. I would like to get back to 50,000 blood and 50,000 death, and then get my bank account up to like 50 million again somehow. That would be nice. And just have like a ton of stuff in the bank. And that way we can just stockpile everything and then we could just boss. Yeah, 77 Slayer now, guys. 77 Slayer level. Getting there. Who's the better bald? Listen, all the balds, we have a pack. We're all created equal. We all have a special bond that all you hair people wouldn't understand. You could walk up to a bald guy when you're bald, immediate friendship. Okay, it's an unspoken brotherhood. You guys will never know friendship like that. Think about it. We already have that understanding. We already have that trauma. We already have that trauma bond. You guys wouldn't know about it. Happy to not have that friendship. Yeah, right. You're jealous. I can tell you're jealous. It's easy to see. It's easy to see jealousy, and it doesn't look good on you, bud. And be honest. You're better off being bald. The hairs can choose to be bald at any moment. Listen, the hairs need to pipe down. Okay? I need 8 more jellies. My hair, my voice. What's the best thing a jelly can even drop? Something sick? Dragon spear, dragon half shield. Nothing really. You miss WoW? Not right now. Dude, you... I love World of Warcraft, guys, but I played so much Classic WoW for the past 3 years. I don't have any desire to log in and play it. Especially if there's no goal. People are actually out here just playing Classic WoW for fun right now. I burnt that out. I burnt that out of me a long time ago. I heard these cat fights are harder than Inferno. Dude, they are. Imagine you had to like have your cat go in here and 1v1 this thing without you feeding it. I'm out here just healing. I'm out here playing a priest right now. Okay, so how many of these brown spice should I get? This is the right one. Brown is the one I need for herblore, right, guys? I need brown for herblore. Full send, boys. This is the one. Okay, my herblore is 82. Drink it. 79? It got even worse. I got +4 on mining. Okay, when I get this one, I could do 2 more chances. Chat, if I could boost +5... herblore, I could make 10 antidotes for my pool in my house and build it right now. The max pool. I don't know what an overgrown cat is, but it says down here 5 hours. Do I want an overgrown cat? So, should I be keeping my cat out longer then? Until he turns into an overgrown? Alright, I need to keep my cat out more. I need him to be a beast. Alright, this is gonna be my last one. We're just gambling right now. I get 2 more chances at +5 herblore. If this doesn't happen, I'm not going to sit here for too long and do this. It's probably like a couple hours. It's probably like 4 hours of mixology if I wanted to like bang it out. My herblore is 82 right now. We'll hit the preserve. See what happens here. Ready? 84. We got a +2. 07's in the chat, guys. I'll see you guys Monday. I'm going to try to make the best video. I'm trying to make the best video I've ever made for the Inferno. So we'll see. We'll see you guys on Monday, and hopefully we'll have a banger video out on Monday for you guys to watch of the whole experience, recapping the new player to Inferno.